Augusta, Georgia. Here I come. Come on, baby.
Wow, man, that's the real funk right there. I know that anywhere. That sounds like James Brown. That boy be doing some stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay, Mr. Mindset. You and your audience are about to get a surprise.
What do you mean?
I mean, James Brown and those American cats of the 60s and 70s ain't the only musicians in the world that have that funk music mindset.
Well, I guess we're gonna learn something new tonight.
I like to be educated, but I'm so frustrated.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Mr. Mindset. This is Music Mindset channel. And Mr. Mindset's on the road this week, getting ready to go to the football game, the Florida Classic, man. There's going to be a lot of music and a lot of fun going on that thing. But anyway, I happen to be looking, man, and I ran across this group called the Poets of Rhythm. I don't know if you ever heard of them. Man, these boys are funky, you know what I'm saying? It's another one of those groups trying to play funk. But these are not no old school cats. These are some younger guys, or at least they were younger when they did it. But it was in the 90s, not 60s or 70s and stuff like that. And just like some of the other folk musicians that we talked about, these guys are from another place other than America. No, not Scotland this time, but we're gonna find out. Y'all check this out. Listen up. Everybody talks about authenticity. You got to be true to the genre. But today, we're talking about subterfuge, which is deceit used in order to achieve a certain goal. The mindset so committed to its craft that it would wear a mask just to protect the soul of its work. And that's what they did. I'm talking about the Poets of Rhythm. These boys were raw. You might not know the name, but gosh dang it, I bet you definitely know the names and music that influenced them. And guess what? These guys weren't born in the South, Motown, or the inner city in the United States. Nah, they were some funk architects out of all places. Munich, Germany, forming in the early 1990s. Yep, founding schoolmate, Boris Bobarel Geiger, Jan Weissenfeld, Max Weissenfeld, and Jan Krause. Bonded over the deepest funk grooves, from James Brown to the Meters, and that wild psych funk hybrid of Parliament Funkadelic.
So hard, do your thing, y'all. Hey, hey.
But they didn't just revive an old sound. They time traveled back to the day. They flew over and hit the US on Greyhound buses, started digging in crates around New Orleans and Chicago, like a bunch of musical archaeologists. They were hunting that raw, late 60s funk. And they found it. When these fellas got home, they went straight to work. Not in some polished 90s studio full of digital toys. No, not that. They kept it raw, analog, 8-track grit. They refused to compromise with the glossy trends of the era. They protected the groove at all costs.
Are you ready, fella? Yeah, you ready? Listen. I got to tell ya.
Then in 1992, they dropped their first single, Funky Train.
I wanna ride on the funky train.
Say what? That's real right there. Then 1 year later, they released their debut album, Practice What You Preach.
Baby, baby, can you see what you do to me?
Tracks like More Mess on My Thing and North Carolina weren't just catchy, they were foundational.
Get back to North Carolina. Get on back.
That collage became one of the earliest, heaviest cornerstones of the entire funk soul revival. And here's where the mindset lesson really lands. To preserve that purity, they built their own label. Hotpie and Candy Records, and released music under multiple aliases. The Pan-Atlantics, Organized Raw Funk, the Soul Saints Orchestra, and more. They created an entire underground multiverse. But why? Because they knew the real gatekeepers of the funk, the collectors, the DJs, the vinyl heads, needed to be forced to judge the sound, not the faces on the cover. They made their work so undeniable, so heavy, that people assumed it had to be a dusty relic from the 70s.
Tell me, bro. Come on, tell me, y'all. Tell me, y'all.
They bet their whole identity on the quality of just the groove. But don't get it twisted, this wasn't nostalgia cosplay. They were for real.
You know where I wanna go.
Man, by the early 2000s, their influence detonated. Hip-hop legend Lyrics Born found one of their 7 inches in a New Orleans record shop. He had no idea who they were, only that the funk hit deep. That discovery led to the collaboration I Changed My Mind in 1999, and their true sophomore album, Discern Define, hit globally in 2001. Then in 2006, Daptone Records, the label that would redefine modern soul, reissued Practice What You Preach. That wasn't just a re-release, it was like an official knighting. The poets weren't imitating the past, they were influencing the future. So here's the mindset you need. Your value isn't in your visibility, it's in your undeniability. And their funk was undeniable. The poets of rhythm didn't chase the spotlight. They built their sound so true, so deep, that the world had no choice but to rediscover them decades later. They became immortal not by marketing, but by protecting the soul of their craft. Master your craft so completely that people treat your work like sacred scripture. That's what the poets of rhythm were trying to teach us. That's the music mindset. And I respect that.
Yeah, man, it just proves that no matter who you are or where you're from, anybody can play that funk, man. There was a time when it was new that you could expect it to be somewhere in America, but I'm going to tell you right now, anywhere you go, people are picking this stuff up. I don't care, Brazil, Japan, all over the world, man, funk music and that type of R&B soul type of stuff is hot, man. People love that stuff, and I think it's going to keep on growing as the new generations find it out. But I hope you guys appreciate that, and I'll talk to you next time on the Music Mindset channel. We're going to be doing something else about music, I bet you that.